this video, we're going to be constructing an inscribed, and again, that should say circle. The sides of the triangle on this one are going to be tangents to the inscribed circle, so the angle bisectors become the diameters. In this case, if I find the intersection of two of those angle bisector diameters, I have my center. The radius of that inscribed circle this time, though, is going to go perpendicular to the triangle's side. So after I do the angle bisector construction, I have a second construction to do. So a reminder of how to do an angle bisector construction. This is an easy construction that we like because we only have one compass setting for the entire time. We don't have to change anything around. Once I make my arc, I'm going to go to the two arc intersection points, remember, and make a crisscross of the arc inside of the triangle angle. So here's our first angle bisector construction. And again, I don't need to change my compass setting, so I'm going to go over to the other side and make similar arcs. Got to turn my compass around here a little bit. There we go. So there's arc number one that cuts through both sides of the angle. Move my compass to the intersection points I just created. And we're going to do a crisscross from either point there, one side, and the other. And I'll move my compass out of the way, and now I'm going to use my straight edge. And with my straight edge, I'm going to connect each of the vertex points of the triangle through that crisscross of the arcs in the middle space that you have there. And this is going to become a diameter of the circle. And there's my second diameter. That one doesn't want to stay put. Let's leave it right there. Since my pixels aren't behaving, we may be a little off on the accuracy here, but you'll get the idea just from the markings. Okay, now we're going to do the second part of the construction. Now that we have the angle bisectors done, we're going to take our compass and we're going to construct a perpendicular from that intersection point of the diameters, which is going to become the center of our circle. But we want to construct a perpendicular here to this third side in between the two angles that we just bisected. So remember, we want to sweep an arc through that side with the center of the compass at the center of the circle. And then if I want a perpendicular, I need a perpendicular bisector. So now I'm going to gut the fish right through these two endpoints of the arc that I just created. So on one side, I'm going to keep my compass setting exactly the same. And turn it around from the other end. Notice where my compass point is going at the end of that arc that I made to create the perpendicular here. And now we're going to create the second part of our perpendicular bisector. And move my compass out of the way. And I'm going to zoom out so that I could see the actual intersection point there. And now at this point, we're going to connect the center right there through the intersection point that we just created. And we can now assume that this is a perpendicular because you constructed it that way. And so now I'm going to take my pen out and I'm going to create a red center point here and a center point, our intersection point of the perpendicular there. So those are the 2 points that are going to determine my radius for this inscribed circle. Now I'm just going to turn my compass around to measure that distance. From red point to red point there. Get it as exact as you can. And then go ahead and sketch, construct your circle. And remember, inscribed, the circle should be tangent to all the sides and mostly contained inside of the triangle that you started with. And I think we did pretty well. Got pretty close.